People who have had COVID-19 can get long COVID, even if they had no symptoms or only mild symptoms during the infection. You're more likely to get long COVID if you had to go to the hospital because of COVID-19. If you did not get the COVID vaccine, if you have a disability, or if you have a long-term health condition.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm Sign1News anchor Jaydeep Gore. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Severe winter weather is affecting millions of Americans from the south all the way to the northeast. A vicious mix of freezing rain and sleet is pounding parts of the Midwest and southern United States, including Austin, Texas. Trees are falling from all of the ice on the branches. Road conditions are extremely dangerous. In Des Moines, Iowa, some injuries were reported after a college bus carrying passengers flipped onto its side on Highway 163. The winter storm has also brought more than an inch of sleet to sections of Arkansas, Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri, and Oklahoma. And now the Northeast is preparing for a different bone-chilling winter blast. The National Weather Service says parts of Maine and New Hampshire are forecast to have wind chills at least 50 degrees below zero. You heard me right, 50 degrees below zero. Much of the Northeast is under a wind chill watch or warning until Saturday afternoon. Last December, an Ohio mother left her car running outside while she went inside a restaurant to pick up a pizza. She was a DoorDash driver. Her 6-month-old twins, Kason and Kyer, were in the back seat. When she came out, her car was gone. After an extensive search, Kyer was found abandoned in a parking lot near Dayton's airport. 3 days later, Kason was found in the mother's stolen car. Both babies were okay, but sadly, tragedy struck again. This past Saturday, police received a 911 call about a baby not breathing at a home. The baby was identified as Kyer. He was taken to a hospital but later died. Police have not released a cause of death. A Hollywood high-rise is a major crime scene after police found an arsenal of guns and ammunition. They believe the discovery helped them stop a mass shooting. Police were called to the building after reports of a man acting strangely. After securing a search warrant, they found multiple guns set up in an 18th floor apartment and pointing out the window toward a park below. The resident, 24-year-old Braxton Johnson, was arrested for making criminal threats. He's being held on a $500,000 bail. Republican attorneys generals from 20 states are warning CVS and Walgreens executives about mailing abortion pills within their state. The Department of Justice concluded federal law did not prohibit the mailing of abortion pills. And soon the Food and Drug Administration will roll out new rules that allow certified pharmacies to dispense medication for abortion with a prescription, including by mail order. The attorneys general sent letters to CVS and Walgreens saying they reject what they call the DOJ's bizarre interpretation of federal law, and they suggest they may bring lawsuits. Last November, the AI program called ChatGPT went viral. You can ask it anything, and it will generate shockingly convincing answers to whatever a user asks in very human-like responses. That includes original essays, stories, and song lyrics. Since its popularity has grown, many people have been locked out or had to join a waiting list. So the company behind the AI is launching a subscription plan. For $20 a month, the users can get faster response times and priority access to the tool. Users can still have access to ChatGPT free, but the company is also exploring other options like lower cost plans and data packs. ChatGPT has also raised concerns about inaccuracies, the potential to spread misinformation, and the ability to help students cheat. So earlier this week, the company announced a feature that would allow users to check if an essay was written by a human or AI, but it is still a work in progress. We have a couple of pet rescue stories that are hilarious. Let's start in Australia. Rescuers found a cat squished between two tight walls. They quickly went to work using power saws, drills, and wall grinders to cut a hole in the wall. They eventually pulled the cat to safety. Then guess what the cat did next? It immediately found another tight spot to try and get stuck in. Wow. Then in Florida, a child notified firefighters that a dog was stuck in thick mud at a park. Fire crews came out and lowered a fire medic named Gilbert Navas into the water. Navas was able to wrap a rope around the canine and carry him to safety. That's where animal control was waiting. Officials say the dog did not have a microchip. If its owner does not show up, they plan to name him Gil, after his rescuer. and then put him up for adoption. Aw. Today was Groundhog Day, and the groundhog has spoken. Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow Thursday morning, and we all know what that means. 6 more weeks of winter. According to the legend, Phil considers his shadow an omen of more bad weather to come. It's a fun tradition that dates back to the 1800s. 30,000 people show up in the town of Punxsutawney every year just to see Phil poke his head out of a hole. And many times he's wrong. According to the National Centers for Environmental Information, his predictions have only been right about 40% of the time over the past decade. Of course, scientifically speaking, winter officially ends on March 20th. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone, and you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.